Quick note, the audio from the game itself is going to be a bit louder in this episode. Let me know how you like that down in the comments below. Thank you, and now we can start the episode. Alright, so hello everybody, this is Stefan, and we're going to be continuing playing Stellaris. So, last where we left off, it was year 2230, and we're going to resume the save file. I actually haven't played in a week because I really did not have the opportunity to do so, and also I wanted to wait and see what kind of things you guys write in the comments, and I've actually gotten quite a few suggestions. So some of the things I will try to end up doing are longer episodes. I'll strive for 30-minute episodes, so I'll probably end up covering more years in each episode, or I'll just talk about more things non-related to the game. Second thing, I will try to make this actually themed as a robotic playthrough, so I'll try to make all sorts of little connections, if you understand what I mean by that. And also, I've improved my audio setup, so hopefully the audio should be a little better now. Another thing that I'm trying to do is, as you just heard right there, the music cut off and resumed at a different spot due to the fact that I had a pause. So what I'm planning to do in the future is to record all the music, or just find the game files and then overlay them over the video so that the music is a continuous process. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and it'll take a bit more work, but I think it may be worth it. So hopefully from the next episode on, I'll be doing that. So without further ado, let's get right back into where we left off. Alright, I just checked. I am recording, so there's not going to be a problem with me finding out things that I'm not supposed to find out at this point in time. Okay, so from what I can see, we were trying to build up a couple stations to increase our energy production. There is a dead end over here. Well, not a dead end, but sort of a blockade, since right now my fleet cannot take out 800 stack AI. So we'll just continue expanding this way, and hopefully there will be nothing here. And it does seem that this guy will actually not attack me in the end, so I'll just live with this guy in peace and unity, and hopefully we'll conquer him a bit later on. So let's get started. I'll try to go fast, but not fastest, to improve the experience.
Construction complete.
So it looks like we got some robo-modding, which I will get on as soon as my engineering research is high enough to afford that. I think I'll go for coil guns to complement my lasers, so that I have advantage against shields and armor, since if these guys have armor, I will not be able to be as effective against them with one type of weapon. So to modify my whole species, it's going to take quite a few points of engineering research, and so I don't think I'm going to go for that just yet, since I do need to research as many things as possible before meeting other empires that are hostile to me, unlike this one. So I'll have to get as many of these little resource nodes as I can.
Construction complete.
Looks like we have some construction underway. Let's queue up some more. Let's see. All these guys are assisting research,
Construction complete.
right now I want them over there. I'm gonna want to send them to explore, but these guys can kind of chill over here for now, because we won't be using them for quite some time if I'm doing things correctly. I'll send this guy right over here, build some more stations. We really need as many resources as we can get, and so getting every single thing that I can within my own home territory will be important. So while my ships are getting over there, I can take a look at my piracy risk. It's only 5%, so there's about a 5% chance every month, I believe, that a pirate will spawn in this system, since this is pretty much the only boarding system that I know of, except for this one. So they may actually spawn over here, and I may be cut off until I get a bigger fleet, which might be a problem. So for now, I'm going to just kind of cover this whole area up. I'll actually send one of my science ships to continue surveying the system, which I did not end up surveying in the end. And let's see, we need a skill 5 scientist, and looks like we don't have that just yet. Let's take a look at our leaders. Let's see how far they are to leveling up. Yeah, it's gonna take some time. That's fine. Another benefit of expanding over in this direction will be extra precursor discoveries, since getting that CyberX Broken Ring World will be of great importance to us, since it'll jumpstart our megastructures, and we won't have to actually research ring worlds for that for our first megastructure, which will be excellent. I know I can wait out, and that about every 10 or 50 years I get a new precursor anomaly. However, if I have to resort to that, I will know that I'm quite a bit behind. So hopefully it does not come down to that, since that will be pretty bad. Also, the fact that I have quite a few systems over here that are closer to my home system than these systems means that there's a chance that there's a precursor anomaly just chilling over there waiting for it to be found. So that means that as soon as I feel comfortable, I will make a bigger fleet and send these guys over to take out these alien vessels. I don't remember, but I think these were shortlings, so that will mean coil guns will do more damage than my lasers, or vice versa. I won't be touching them in this episode, likely, so I'm not gonna look it up just yet. However, next episode, I may actually have to deal with these guys. So for now, it actually seems that if there's no one bordering us right here, we can actually let this guy chill without any defenses. Since if this guy changes his civics, sorry for that pause,
complete.
I may be screwed, but I will not be screwed right away, since he will still need time to build up his fleet. And looks like we have a new colony, which is great. Let's name it Irium Prime. Let's actually rename it to SP underscore Iridium, since I believe that's some sort of mineral, and that would be fitting. Actually, you know what? Iridium.
Technological
Have
acquisition
a 1 in there,
successful.
because we're cool like that. So it looks like we got some tech. Let's go for some colonial centralization and self-evolving logic. So the choices are pretty self-explanatory, but I can still cover them. Research alternatives will be great, since it will allow us to research those rare technologies, which will provide a greater boost to our overall empire than just the regular ones. And having the edict of production targets will increase my mineral production to the point where I will feel comfortable building more and more ships, because eventually we are going to have to take over some of these systems, which are occupied by pirates and naturally spawning enemies. So it seems that one of our science ships has actually pretty much reached this part of the galaxy. So I'll send him over and start surveying these systems. I'll try to go down the branch and
Construction complete.
take out as many of these territories as possible before moving on, since it will decrease the pirate risk
Technological acquisition
that I may
successful.
experience. So it looks like we got coil guns, and now we can go for star holds. And now we can also go for age of machines, which will increase my pop production by
Construction
just 5%.
complete.
But that 5% is more than nothing, so I'll take it. Looks like this guy is done constructing, so I'll send him over and build an outpost over here, and send this guy to eventually build an outpost over there. This system is always surveyed, almost surveyed,
System
and so
survey
I'll send
complete.
this guy back with the other scientist, and I'll send him over to survey this little branch of the galaxy. Also, another thing that I've noticed is that there's been some news about Stellaris that there's going to be a new update. Hopefully it doesn't break the save file. However, I don't want to take that risk, and so I'll probably have to finish up this series before the new update comes out, which will mean that I'll have more episodes in a short period of time, but I will not be able to respond to viewer suggestions as I have been able to do for this episode. So, yeah.
Alert. Science unit engaged.
This is not good. Let's see, these are just tentacle monsters, and they're actually blocking off this part of the galaxy. This guy should be able to retreat on his own.
Executing evasion protocols.
Alright, and looks like we did not lose the ship, which is just excellent. So it looks like I accidentally sent 2 ships over here, so I'll actually send this guy to research this anomaly found over here. It should provide him with some experience, which is greatly needed to research some more of these
Construction complete.
CyberX precursor events. Looks like this guy is done. We can send him over to this system because he's closer. And this guy can actually go and construct some of these mining stations, because we need all the minerals we can get. So looking at the trait points, it seems that we can go for some positive traits. I'll refrain from removing these negative traits for now, since they're not really impacting me that much, since I'm not resettling anyone, and the only contact with another empire I have is with a peaceful empire. So I will probably add something that would increase my energy production, since it is kind of low for a bit, for now. And so I'll go for superconductive, since it's the most direct way to increase my energy gain. So I'll do that. I'll apply the template to my species, and it's actually not going to take that much. It's only going to be 70 months, which is quite a time, but it is manageable. So it looks like I've neglected my planets for now, so I'll have to get on this. I'll build a spare parts depot, because even though I don't actually need the pop resource growth bonus, I will still benefit from the unity and the society gain, because my society gain is quite low for this time being. Looks like we can build some more pops, and for now we can start building the newer pops, and we can actually start queuing up multiples of them, since I have plenty of resources to throw around. We can also start building buildings. I'll actually need a spare parts depot on this planet, but I won't place it just yet, since this guy needs some mining networks to make him more efficient. So it actually looks like we're running quite low on energy, so I will queue up a power plant. I'm not sure what the hell happened with my energy credits. My attention span is quite low, so you know, judge what you will. What did I do? I don't even remember. That's fine though. And looks like we got a level 5 guy already. It's our governor. He should be increasing my production for materials across the board. And he's also a great leader with architectural interest and analytical skill. And the fact that he's level 5 will give us 10% of extra pop resource production, which is great, considering the fact that we need to get as much production as possible out of every single one of our pops. Looks like this science ship is just chilling over here. I'll allow him to research the station later. And for now, he could go and start surveying systems. And in fact, I'll actually assign him to survey these further down systems, since being redundant is not efficient. And we must be efficient as robots. Should I do a German accent for the robots? Because, I mean, they're kind of death bots. That's something the Germans would do. Am I offending anyone? No? If I am, I'm not sorry. Whatever. Okay. So it looks like we can start building more pops on this one other world. We're actually going to go down on energy credits because of the things we're building, but that's okay. We'll build some energy power plants. And it looks like we actually had a failure. Instead of actually observing the collision, we failed to see it for whatever reason. So yeah, that's fine. Now the scientist is free to go and do other things, like survey further down systems. You know, if this little part of the galaxy is unclaimed, that would just be a gift from the heavens. From the machine overlord mind. Single consciousness. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So it looks like we can actually build another starbase, which is just awesome. Because we'll be able to build a starport over here, and eventually we'll build some more trading hubs to increase my resource production. And it looks like we don't have the star holes yet, and that is because we're putting on hold by modifying our species. However, I think it should be worth it. Although energy credit wise, it might be more efficient to wait for star holes before I do my project. But you know what? I already started it, so it won't matter anyway. Looks like we have more buildings to upgrade. Let's do that. Let's actually assign this guy to the power plant, since we do need that energy production. And I'll actually build a normal power plant on the Betherian stone deposit, since I don't really have the technology yet, and I'm not planning to research it anytime soon. So let's see here, this guy's just chilling. He's gonna hopefully survey the system. We got some curators that we can kill off for resources later on.
Construction
it will cost us a couple ships though, because the main laser that they got is a Titan laser that pretty much one-shots any ship you can throw at it. So that's gonna be a pain. I'll probably end up swarming it with corvettes once I can get that up and running. Okay. Looks like we got more space, more Lebensraum on this little
technological acquisition successful.
Looks like we got more research alternatives, and it will be applied to this research already. Let's go for some fusion, shall we? I believe we need the 0-point technology to actually get a tradition to start building
System survey complete.
Some of these megastructures. Or actually, we might not. No, we do. We need 0 point for master builders, so that will be one of our priorities. Looks like we got construction. That is finished. We'll send this guy over here, and he'll start expanding over in this way. Looks like our piracy risk is actually 0 now, due to the fact that we only have one system open, which is great, and I appreciate that. Thank you, game. It's not often that I say that. So, I've actually neglected this new world, which is inefficient, and the robots are not happy with me. I'll increase this guy's power production and build an upwork node, and as soon as this guy is finished being constructed, he'll start working on it. Looks like we can build some stuff on our starbase, which just finished. So we'll build some resource replicators, and unfortunately we can't build an external acquisitions area just yet. You have to actually have a resource replicator on board for that to be built, which I think should be fixed, since if you're queuing up things, you want to queue them up right away, and having to wait a solid 200 days or 180 days to actually get the building up and running is a pain, I have to say. So these guys are actually leveling up pretty fast, and hopefully I'll be able to start getting some of these CyberX artifacts soon. Let's see how many we have so far. We have 3 available, which is subpar. I would expect to have more by this point, but hopefully we'll find more. So it looks like we're actually going down on energy, which is a shame. We'll have to assign some guys to start producing more energy.
Construction complete.
Like this guy's, for example.
Construction complete.
I'll miss out on some minerals though, but I have to keep my economy up and running. So now we can build it. External acquisitions area. Because we can trade with Genos, but we can also kill them.
Technological acquisition successful.
Well, we got some technology. Our fusion reactor is up and running. I think the best way to go about it is to research the next tier of fusion. Because even having extra power will increase the power of your fleet.
Ship augmentation is completed.
It'll be by like 1 or 2%, but hey, it's not 0, it's better than nothing. +1 bonus to all stats is quite good in the regardless. So we can get a Admiral with maintenance loop, which could help while my fleet is stationed. However, it will mean that he will not be able to get that perk later by just chilling there. So overall, this perk is useless most of the time. I'll probably end up going for cautious, because engaging on the enemy before the enemy can engage on you usually ends up with less losses on your side and a quicker battle overall, since your fleet is at max power for longer. So yeah, there's that. Now we can talk about this new encounter in Faltus. Looks like we have the alien mining station, which we will investigate right away. It seems that they're actually blocking our path over here, which means that our options for expansion are actually limited by alien Xenos, which does suck, because that means that we have to build up our fleet and start forcing our way into these systems. Interesting. So hopefully this guy can just go over there.
Protocols.
Please don't. Okay. He's not engaged in combat, and so he will not teleport away to the nearest starport, which is good, because it's going to take about half a year to get back. And losing half a year ain't that good. So now this guy can go and move over here. This guy's gently making his way over. Alright, ancient mining drones, as expected. So we can either observe them or take them apart. Observing them with certain civics will end up with an edict, which will increase your production by 25% rather than 20% on the normal production targets. I'm not sure whether our Empire has that. However, I can't really afford to go around and destroying them, so I'll actually just establish this link port and observe them for 3 months. And it'll actually take a couple of years because we're going to have to modify our species before we can actually start working on that. And in the meantime, we can start building up our fleet. Right after we build a nice spare parts depot over on our poor planet. So yeah, let's go to our shipyard and let's build some corvettes. 4 will do, and we'll be able to take out these pirates over here, hopefully without taking any major losses. Our energy production will go down, however, because even with just 4 ships, the upkeep for it is 7.47. So because I ordered 4 more ships to be built, it's probably gonna end up at like 12 or 13, because ship upkeep also accounts for the science ships and everything else. So this guy can go over and start surveying. Let's see, where's our other science ship at? It's right here, and right here. Okay, so we have 2 science ships in one system, and we'll actually send this guy over to survey that, because having 2 science ships in one system is redundant, and we don't want that. Alright. So I can build a nice little starport. Not a starport, a shipyard. But we're not really in a rush for time. And so we can
complete.
Just construct ships without much issue. You know, looking back, I actually think that the species modification might have been a mistake, because by this point I could have had star holds, and I could have been also researching
anomalous surface variable detected.
The guys, and could have found out whether or not I'm gonna get that 25% production bonus as an edict. So looks like we have found something. That kind of explains a lot, doesn't it? So let's unpause and let this guy do his work. Hopefully he will not fail me as that other guy did. Okay. So, you know, for now we can actually build a resource replicator on our Sol station, because, you know, it doesn't really matter whether or not we have it built. It's just extra resources. So it looks like we can actually build some more sand slabs over here, which is just fine. It'll require some extra energy though, which might not be optimal. Let's see this. We can either get 1,000 minerals or try and stop the machine. You know, usually I would go for scrap it for materials. However, we might actually have a construction ship close enough to actually manage the situation. And we might benefit more from mining technology than from just a straight up 1,000 minerals, since our mineral production is quite high for this point in time, and so we can afford to go for some tech. Let's go and try to stop the machine. It's going to require one of our construction ships to go over here. We have 3 years to do it, which is plenty of time. Even if we had a construction ship on the other end of the galaxy, he still would have probably made his way over here. This would have taken a whole bunch of time. it looks like we're actually approaching our influence cap, which is a shame. We're gonna need to queue up some star bases, and we're gonna need to do some edicts. Okay, where is it? Edicts right here. Okay, so we're not gonna do map the stars just yet because we don't have many systems to discover. So we're gonna go for the improved energy initiative and increase my mineral production by 2. Awesome. So now we got a little fleet.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Okay. We got a little fleet. We'll send them over and take out the pirates because this is quite a wealthy system. Now looking at this anomaly. We have an ancient orbital shipyard. Okay, that's fine. That'll probably end up being more ships or engineering research. Either of which could be good. So as I was saying, I'm gonna recruit an Admiral. I'm gonna go for this cautious Admiral, since weapons range is important in my opinion. And I'll send him over to take out the pirates. And it looks like our energy upkeep is actually not that high.
Construction complete.
It's only 11.6. It's on the low end of my predictions. Which is great. Let's see. How long is it?
System survey complete.
Okay, we're actually gonna finish the species modification within a year.
Construction complete.
Which might actually just be until the end of the episode. Since I am actually
Anomalous surface
recording
variable
for
detected.
about half an hour already. So, you know, that's a good thing. And I haven't been really making pauses until I can upload this whole clip and minimize my editing. And I can focus on editing in the music later for future episodes. How does that sound? Hopefully that sounds good. So yeah, we have an automated shipyard, which we can repair. We will not repair it just yet because we don't really need the extra fleet power, since it will mean extra upkeep, and we don't want that. We want our economy to be as strong as possible, and that's why we're happy to have some blocks on our territorial expansion, because they are also blocks on enemy territorial expansion.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
So we got massive storms. So hopefully that will be good. Swirling Shadows. Swirling Shadows is always great. It's 6 society research, and society research is something that we lack. Okay, we got traditions. We're obviously going to go and finish this purity tree. So we're going to take a tradition that's not really optimal for now, but it will lead to some
complete.
increased unity production by the time I finish this tech tree. Looks like we have massive storms, which will probably mean a planet with 6 physics and 3 research, 3 physics research, or it just might be 3 physics, which is exactly what we got. And at this point, our physics
System survey complete.
is pretty much our society and engineering combined, -1, of course. So looks like we're pretty much done over here.
System survey
We can send
complete.
these guys over to start assisting research once again. Now, why can't you go here? Okay. Yeah, this is kind of BS.
Technological acquisition successful.
So I have to assign every science ship individually to go on over and start to like move anywhere, which I think should be fixed, and it will probably be a bug fix later on. Okay, so we actually now have something to use our edicts for. Not the edicts, the influence. Yeah. And so now we can research some more society things. I'm gonna go for the unit assembly plant. It's gonna provide us with extra traditions. And that's just what we need right now. Now let's see, we can upgrade some buildings for now. And we can upgrade our administrative array to the planetary processor. And I'm looking forward to it. Let's unpause. So now this science ship can go over here and start assisting research. And hopefully once these guys assist research enough, they will be able to start exploring some of these precursor artifacts. So looks like these guys are on their way. Let's not interrupt them.
Special project complete.
Hooray! We actually finished the modification. Now our research can proceed as it should. After we're finished with the mining drone observation, of course. How could I have forgotten that? It looks like our energy credits went up, but not by a significant amount. Part of the reason is because most of our energy production is from the stations. And I hope to continue that trend by improving them to star holds and increasing the production of each one of these by 12, which should be great. Looks like we got the even better reactors. Let's go for some physics labs. Yeah. Alright. And we found the mining work droning ethic. Okay, let me restart that. The mining drone work ethic. There we go. So, yeah, this is the event that's not that good. Because we're just gonna get some nodes on the map about where they have some planets. Or alternatively, we're just gonna get one, which is gonna show where their headquarters are. They're actually quite far away. I'm surprised they actually showed up this close to me, considering that usually they cluster around their own area. But whatever. I'm not the designer of this game, I just play it. So I think I'm gonna see how this combat plays out, and we're gonna wrap up the video over there. There should be less edits in this video compared to the last one, and so the music thing won't really apply that much. But on some days, I am silent for half the time, and hopefully adding music in will help greatly. So we got a special project. It's completed. Looks like our construction ship has actually reached it in time. So we now got deep core mining. So we'll keep that in the back burner for now. And it will always be an option for us to research. Looks like we have mining drone networks number 2, and so we'll be able to increase that to number 3, which will be quite awesome, because that will increase my mineral production by, I'd say about 30.
Construction complete.
So it looks like we got some construction going on of outposts. And speaking of outposts and influence, let's actually start this edict. Production targets, 300 influence. Let's go. Now our production is boosted by a massive 36, or around that. Yeah, I don't keep an exact track of these numbers, but I bet you guys do, and are raging at me for mistaking the numbers, but that's what people do. Let's see, they haven't actually spawned any new guys, so they should be able to get taken out quite quickly, because our fleet is nearly twice as strong as theirs.
Hostile stationary asset engaged.
Hopefully the station does not engage just yet. Oh no, what are you doing? You're supposed to engage the enemies, not the station. Guys, what are you doing? Okay, at least we're taking out ships. And we haven't lost any ships just yet. So we raided their pirate station and got some minerals and energy credits. Excellent. Now let's just hope none of our ships die in the process. Looks like one of them got destroyed. That is a shame. And looks like we actually got a new officer without actually paying for him, which is always a good thing. Let's see. So he's a fleet logistician and who's also cautious, so he's a direct improvement to the current Admiral. So I'll hire him right away. Now these guys can go repair, and I'll queue up some ships, since I will want to start taking out these amoeba, and I want to be a little stronger than them to prevent major losses. So I think 3 will be good. We'll have a nice 10 Corvette fleet, and these guys can go and repair. I'll set them as the... No, I actually can't. So previously you could set them as a merge point, or however it was called, and the new ships would automatically go to it. But now you have to go through this fleet manager thing, which does look quite intimidating, and I'm not ready to learn it just yet. So, you know, these guys can just go and chill for now. Okay. So I'm gonna send this guy over here. We actually need a construction ship to go and claim the system. So I think I'll just build an extra one. You know, why not? So now that's queued up, and we're actually near 2240.
Construction complete.
How about I send him over to start constructing this system so that I don't forget, and then we should be good. So this guy can now get sent over here, and eventually he will build the new outpost, while this guy claims all these glorious resources we got.
Construction complete.
So now that this guy's built, we're gonna assign him to build the outpost, and then hopefully we won't forget next time, because that's what usually happens. I forgot a couple things as I started the video, and in the end it was suboptimal. It was not as fast as machinely possible. It was as fast as humanly possible, unfortunately. Those inferior flesh bags. Anyways, yeah. So we actually got through 10 years. I think going out fast is a better solution than going out fastest and missing a bunch of events. So yeah, I think I'll stick with this format. So that was it for today. This has been Stefan, and see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.